It's streets like these that some of us walk daily, where children could be selling themselves for basic necessities.
I would like sleep with them for a place to stay. Whenever they wanted it, I pretty much provided.
A woman we'll call Jane because she didn't want to be identified says she started trading sex for a place to stay and food to eat when she was just 10 years old.
I went down to State Street.
And the only way to not see this is to not look.
Sexually abused by a neighbor, bullied at school, and ignored by her parents, Jane ran away from home.
I really didn't want to go home, so I just did what I felt like I had to do to stay away from that.
National statistics show 30% of kids who run away will be trafficked within 48 hours. Joanne Gruberhagen with Dane County's Human Trafficking Awareness Coalition, Slave Free Madison, works with survivors.
Most of them say, I can't stay here anymore. It's absolutely intolerable. I've got to go, and where will I go? Well, she goes to the streets.
Other runaways, we would stay in like the basement of like apartments.
Numerous partners most nights of the week, but Jane said she finally felt accepted.
I just really didn't feel like I belonged anywhere, and the people downtown at least made me feel like I was acceptable, and they just accepted me the way that I was.
This continued for years. When she was 16, Jane responded to an ad for modeling, which turned out to be another avenue of trafficking.
Essentially, you know, them asking for me to sleep with them.
She then responded to another ad for what seemed more legitimate, a magazine soliciting job in Minnesota.
I just sort of wanted to like get out of Madison. I thought that maybe that would help me start over my life.
But she didn't even make it past Chicago, swept up by a pimp right when she stepped off the train.
I worked the street in Chicago for like a little while.
Now prostituting herself with several partners every night on hard drugs just to get through it, and answering to a pimp that would beat her if she didn't listen. She realized it'd gone too far.
I just didn't want to go home.
But it's something that became a lifestyle for Jane, taking part in some sort of sexual exploitation for about 17 years of her life.
They want out, but you know, without any help, where do they go?
Bad relationships and many bad friendships and many bad, you know, things, and I don't know how to say no to people.
At 29 years old, Jane is just now coming to terms with her life of trafficking.
When you stop doing this sort of stuff, then it's like, and then what?
Now with a GED, 2 boys, and her first legitimate job.
Don't start. It's not worth it.
But Jane is just one of more than 200 trafficking victims in Wisconsin, according to Slave Free Madison, and those are just the ones recorded.
Nobody reports it, because nobody knows what it looks like, and nobody wants to know it's there.
It's a hidden crime with a lack of understanding, statistics, and convictions. Only 24 cases in Dane County since 2009, 4 prosecuted under federal law, and 2 under state law.
Judges don't understand the issue. Juries don't understand the issue.
Nobody did anything, really.
But with recent statewide action and response, Joanne and other members of anti-trafficking organizations are hopeful.
It won't take 30 years, perhaps, for us to come to recognize that this is a problem here locally and to do something about it.
The hardest thing for victims to do is to come forward and ask for help. But as shown by Jane's story, it's the best thing you can do. In downtown Madison, Britni McDonald, NBC15.